Welcome to another Whiskey Games and Nerd Stuff. Today's whiskey is we are enjoying the Jameson Cold Brew in our coffee again. And today's Nerd Stuff is going to be another playthrough of Confusing Lands. Confusing Lands is a 18 card placement game where you can play with one or two players. And today we are going to go ahead and do the solo playthrough. This is a relatively easy game. I've already done one playthrough video on this, and I know I did something wrong, but let's go ahead and take a sip of our coffee, and let's go ahead and begin. So in the solo player version, plays a lot like the two-player version. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to flip over the top card. This is going to be your, I call it the scoring cloud. This is going to be what you're going to want to do from a global perspective. Each one of these cards is going to be two-sided. You got your landscape side, and you also have a scoring component side. This is number 10, so you grab, and this is the rules. This is just one page of rules, so that's what I really like. So number 10 is Fierce Hunters. Score 8 suns for each of your wolf spaces that is 5 or more spaces from any village space or other wolf spaces. So score 8 sun for each of your wolf spaces that is 5 or more spaces from any village space or other wolf spaces. Okay, so we'll have to keep that in mind where we're going to have to keep a wolf 5 spaces from any other wolves or from a village. So then what we do is we're going to draw 2 cards. And then we're going to pick one and then discard the other. So let's see. We've got a couple ones here that has the village spaces. I don't see anything that has wolves on here. But let's go ahead and give us another scoring one. So I'm going to go ahead and place that one. We discard this card. And then before I forget, we will discard this top card as well. So this has a scoring component, number 15. Number 15 is the Great Prairie. Score 2 suns for each space in your largest group of connected empty spaces. So we're going to have as many empty spaces as we can. So now we're going to go for wolves, 5 spaces away from each other, and empty spaces. Let's go ahead and take another drink. We're going to draw 2 cards. We're going to pick one and then discard the other one. We will go ahead and discard this one because we want to get something that has some wolves on it so we can begin. And then what's going to happen is you have to place the cards over like that or like that. And you can do different variations. But basically, the only rule is you can't cover a scoring component. So we're going to go ahead and place this one here. All right, let's go ahead and draw 2 more. And now we've got this wolf over here. And remember, we need a scoring condition, so we need to be 5 spaces away. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and place this right here. Because then we've got 1, 2, 3. Actually, you know what? I'll place it here. So we've got 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 5 spaces away from that one. We will discard this card. Let's go ahead and take another sip. We will draw 2, and we're going to go ahead and pick one. All right, remember, we want to go for empty spaces or the wolves in this one. So let's go ahead and grab this one that has a wolf. And I think what we can do is, let's try... I'm going to try this. If we did that, it goes, I am covering a wolf, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I did cover a wolf, but I feel like that's a good play. We'll find out later on. Let's go ahead and take another one. I'm going to grab this one because this has a wolf on it. And we do have that village over here. So let's see. Where can we place this? Do we want to do that? Yeah, let's do that. If we went there, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. No, we don't want to do it that way. But if we did it this way, there we go. Now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, but it's also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's away from there. So that's a good move, I think. We'll go ahead and take 2 more. Now this one's nice because this one has a bunch of villages on it. So if we can put these over here, let's see how many scoring conditions we can get with these wolves. So let's go ahead and discard this one. I'm going to go ahead and do this. So what this gives us is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is 5 away from a wolf. And then we also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from that one. So I do think we've got some opportunities on this. So let's go ahead and grab another one. And this has a wolf as well. So let's see, can we do anything cool? Oh, let's try that. And our last two cards. So do we want to go for a village? Or another wolf that would be 5 away? I think we go for the wolves. So we've got our cards placed down. So all 8 cards are down. So now you're going to go ahead and do the scoring condition. So we'll go ahead and do the first one, which is the shared one. So if we were playing 2 players, what would happen is everybody does this one. So now we're looking for 5. We're looking for spaces that have wolves that are 5 spaces away from a village. So we're gonna go ahead and start here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 away. We've got, let me check one thing real quick. And I did misread that. It's score 8 for each of your wolf spaces that is 5 or more spaces from any village space or other wolf spaces. So it's got to be 5 away from another wolf or a village. It doesn't say and, so that's something I wanted to check. So we'll start with this wolf. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 8 points. This wolf is 5 spaces away from the villages. Well, actually, it's not 5 spaces away from this one, so we wouldn't get that point. This one is 1, 2, well, it's 3 spaces away, so we wouldn't get that point. And that's how I'm scoring this. This one is next to this one. So one way to score this would be, this is just going to give us 1. However, here's how I'm going to interpret this. It says score 8 for each of your wolf spaces that's 5 or more spaces from any village space or other wolf spaces. It's not saying it has to be 5 or more from all. So how I'm going to count this one is I'm going to get the point for this because it's 5 away from here. I'm giving myself the 8 points from this because it's going to be 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from this one. I will give my point for this one because it is more than 5 spaces from the ones down here. Same down here and same down here. Now that's one way to score this. This is something that, for those watching the video, I would like to know how you would interpret the reading of this, where it says score 8 suns for each of your wolf spaces. That's 5 or more spaces from any village space or other wolf spaces. So that's something that we'll kind of have to look into. The one interpretation would just give me the 8 points. The other interpretation is going to give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which would give me 5 times 8, which would be 40 points. So I would put 40 right here. And I would appreciate what your interpretation of the role of that one is should I score this only as the 8? Or do you agree with how I was doing this out? So the next one is we get the 2 points for every empty space. So again, let's look at the number 15. Score 2 points, 2 suns for each space in your largest group of connected empty spaces. So right now, we only have 2 connected empty spaces. That's the largest. So that would just give us the 4 points. So then we would have 44 points. But what'll happen is we also lose 10 points for every scoring condition cloud that we have out. So we're going to miss 20 points, which would put us down to 24. And then if you look at the solo, this is perplexing. So we're down here towards the bottom. This is a quick playthrough. I really enjoyed this game. I would love to, again, hear the comments. Do you think I scored number 10 right or not? Please let me know what your thoughts are. And I would love to hear your thoughts on this game, what you thought about it. And then also, again, what whiskey do you drink with your coffee in the morning? Please like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. I always am very appreciative of any of the likes, the subscribes, and the comments, especially knowing when I'm playing these games, we all have our own ways of interpreting the rules, and we all want to As long as we're having fun, that's the important part. But we also want to be able to know that we're playing the game correctly. So again, I really would appreciate the comments on what your thoughts are on that one. This is a great game. I've had a lot of fun playing it. And until next time, folks, cheers.